Waves of Russian drones targeted critical infrastructure in Ukraine's capital of Kyiv and surrounding areas on Monday, officials said, as Russia extended its constant bombardment into the second day of 2023. Ukrainians cheered from balconies as their air defenses blasted Russian missiles and drones out of the sky in the first hours of the new year, which Russia ushered in by attacking civilian targets across Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to heroes, some shouted as air raid sirens wailed. Ukrainian forces shot down 45 Iranian-made Shahed drones fired by Russia on the first night of the year, President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Sunday, praising Ukrainians for showing gratitude to the troops and one another. Drones, missiles, everything else will not help them, he said of the Russians, because we stand united. They are united only by fear. In a stern New Year's speech, Russian President Vladimir Putin signaled no let-up in his assault on Ukraine. By 3 a.m., 0100 GMT, Ukraine's air defense systems destroyed 20 air objects above Kyiv, its military administration said. It is loud in the region and in the capital. Night drone attacks, Kyiv Governor Oleksiy Kulyba said. Russians launched several waves of Shahed drones, targeting critical infrastructure facilities. Air defense is at work, he said on the Telegram messaging app. Earlier, one person was wounded by debris from a drone destroyed over Kyiv that hit a road and damaged a building in a northeastern district of the capital, Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said. A 19-year-old man was taken to hospital in the mainly residential Desnyansky district, on the left bank of the Dnipro River, Klitschko said on the Telegram app. The regional military command in Ukraine's east said air defense systems destroyed 9 of the Iranian-made drones over the Dnipropetrovsk and Zaporizhzhia regions by the early hours of Monday. On Twitter, the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Bridget Brink, said, Russia coldly and cowardly attacked Ukraine in the early hours of the new year. But Putin still does not seem to understand that Ukrainians are made of iron. Troops toasted the new year on the front line in Ukraine's eastern province of Donetsk. One soldier, Pavlo Pryzahodsky, 27, played a song he had written on a guitar after 12 of his comrades were killed in a single night. It is sad that instead of meeting friends, celebrating and giving gifts to one another, people were forced to seek shelter, some were killed, he told Reuters. It is a huge tragedy that cannot ever be forgiven. That is why the new year is sad. In a nearby trench, soldier Ole Zarodsky, 49, said he had volunteered after his son was called up as a reservist. Now, his son is in hospital, fighting for his life with a brain injury, while his father mounts the front. It is very tough now, he said, holding back tears. Kyiv's police chief, Andriy Nebatov, posted a photo on the Telegram app, showing what was described as a piece of a drone used in an attack on the capital, with a handwritten sign on it in Russian reading, Happy New Year. This wreckage is not at the front, where fierce battles are taking place, this is here, on a sports grounds, where children play, Nebatov said. Russia has flattened Ukrainian cities and killed thousands of civilians since Putin ordered his invasion in February, saying Ukraine was an artificial state whose pro-Western outlook threatened Russia's security. Russia, which denies targeting civilians, has since claimed to have annexed about a fifth of Ukraine. Ukraine has fought back with Western military support, driving Russian forces from more than half the territory they seized. In recent weeks, the front lines have been largely static, with thousands of soldiers dying in intense warfare. Russia says its aerial strikes aim to reduce Ukraine's ability to fight. Kyiv says they have no military purpose and are intended to hurt civilians, a war crime. The main thing is the fate of Russia, Putin said in a New Year's Eve speech to a group dressed in military uniform, instead of the event's normal backdrop of the Kremlin walls. Defense of the fatherland is our sacred duty to our ancestors and descendants. Moral, historical righteousness is on our side. A Ukrainian drone attack damaged a power facility in Russia's Bryansk region bordering Ukraine, its governor said on Monday, adding that there were no casualties. Russia said last week that it shot down a Ukrainian drone close to one of long-range bomber bases deep inside its territory and that 3 Air Force personnel had been killed. Reuters was not able to independently verify the report. The Russian military carried out yet another large-scale missile and drone offensive in cities across Ukraine on December 29. The Ukrainian Air Force said Russia attacked the country from various directions with air and sea-based cruise missiles, while adding that several kamikaze drones had also been used. As per the estimate by the Ukrainian military, the Russian military fired 69 missiles across Ukraine, and the Ukrainian Air Defense Forces intercepted 54 of them. Some of these missiles were intercepted using manpads, and at least one such instance has been filmed on camera, with its video doing the rounds on social media. The video purportedly shows a low-flying Kh-101, Kh-55 air-launched cruise missile being intercepted by Ukrainian air defense personnel using the Igla manpads. Igla is a man-portable anti-aircraft missile system designed to engage low-flying fixed and rotary-winged aircraft, unmanned aerial vehicles, and cruise missiles flying at a range of 500 to 6,000 meters in an altitude of 10 to 3,500 kilometers. The system includes the 9M39 rocket, 9P39 launching tube, 9P516 trigger with 1L14 built-in ground radar interrogator, and 1L110 portable electronic tablet. The missile was detected visually by a group of Ukrainian air defense personnel deployed in the zone of the flight of the missile, following which one of them fired on the missile from Igla manpads. The 9M39 is equipped with an infrared seeker, which could have tracked the thermal trail and hit the cruise missile. A massive explosion is observed soon after, apparently only a few hundred meters above the ground. What is notable, though, is the height of the Russian cruise missile. Such low-flying missiles must be near impossible to hit for even the most advanced Western-supplied air defense systems being fielded by Ukraine. Therefore, the manpads are best suited to intercept such low-flying targets effectively. The Soviet-origin 9K-38 Igla, NATO designation, SA-24, is used by both Ukrainian and Russian forces in the ongoing Ukraine war. Russia's commander-in-chief of the ground forces, Oleg Salikov, said in September that one-third of Ukrainian fighter jets were shot down using Igla-S and Verba manpads. As Eurasian Times reported earlier, manpads have been significantly used in the ongoing conflict, particularly by the Ukrainian forces. Since the onset of the war in February, thousands of manpads of different types from several countries have been supplied to the Ukrainian forces, with more on their way. This is not the first instance of a cruise missile being intercepted by the Ukrainian forces using manpads.